Hello, everyone. In this lecture, I'm going to explain line by line the powerful sonnet 124 by William Shakespeare. But if you're new to my channel, please like and subscribe so you don't miss out on more poetry explanations and literary discussions. Before I explain the sonnet, let me first give you a brief background of it. In this sonnet, Shakespeare talks about true love, not a love that changes with time, politics, or fortune, but one that is constant, strong, and built on solid ground. He contrasts this deep love with temporary or false love that depends on luck, social status, or public opinion. He argues that true love doesn't change because of outer influences, and he ends the sonnet by criticizing those who live corruptly and only realize the value of goodness when it's too late. Now let's start it line by line. If my dear love were but the child of state. Shakespeare is imagining a situation where his love is not natural or personal, but something created or influenced by politics, power, or society. The phrase child of state means something that exists because of government or public control, like arranged marriages or love, based on status or wealth. He's saying that if his love were like that, controlled by outside forces, instead of true feelings, then it wouldn't be strong or lasting. This idea helps him begin to show that his love is different. It's real, private, and not influenced by social pressure or fortune. Simply, imagine a prince and a princess from different countries who get married not because they love each other, but because their governments want to make peace between the two countries. Their love is not real, and it's created by politics and power, not by feelings. That's what Shakespeare means by child of state. A love that exists because of outside reasons, like status, wealth, or politics. Now compare that to two ordinary people who fall in love because they truly care for each other, even if they're poor or not famous. That love is natural and not controlled by the world. And then says, it might for fortune's bastard be unfathered. Shakespeare is continuing the thought from the previous line. He says that if his love were controlled by politics or outside forces, then it would be like a bastard of fortune, a child born out of luck or chance, not real love. The word bastard here means something illegitimate or not truly accepted, and unfathered means not properly cared for or claimed. So, he's saying that if his love came from fortune or society instead of real feeling, it could easily be abandoned or rejected, just like an unwanted child born from a careless relationship. In short, a love controlled by luck or society would be weak, not protected, and easy to throw away, as subject to time's love or to time's hate. Continuing the same idea, he reflects that love created by external forces would also be subject to the unstable passage of time. Time's love and time's hate refer to the changing moods of the world. One day, favoring someone with affection and success, and the next day turning against them with indifference or cruelty. Shakespeare implies that love tied to time or fashion is doomed to be unstable and short-lived. It would have no permanence, tossed about, like a ship in a storm depending on the political winds or social trends of the moment. Imagine someone falls in love with a rich person only because they are wealthy and powerful. That kind of love is based on luck or status, not on true feelings. Now, if that rich person suddenly loses all their money, the love might disappear too. The other person might leave them because the relationship was never real or deep. It was like a bastard of fortune, a love born from luck, not true connection. And just like a child without a father, that love would be unclaimed and unsupported when trouble comes. Weeds among weeds, or flowers with flowers gathered. In this line, Shakespeare is saying that if his love were controlled by fortune or society, like he mentioned earlier, it would be treated like everything else in the world. It would just blend in with whatever is around it, whether good or bad. If it were like a weed, it would be gathered with other weeds, ignored or thrown away. If it were like a flower, it would be picked with the other flowers, valued only when beautiful, but not seen as special. So the idea is, A love shaped by outside forces is not unique or lasting. It gets treated like everything else, accepted or rejected based on what's popular at the time, not because of its true worth. No, it was builded far from accident. Now, Shakespeare shifts from the hypothetical to a confident declaration. His love is not like that at all. It was not born out of chance or fashion. Builded far from accident implies that it is deeply intentional, a love constructed with care, purpose, and stability. It isn't the result of random circumstances or the product of political strategy. Instead, it is a strong, enduring love that exists independently of fate or fortune, founded on something true and unshakable. Simply, it means that his love is not an accident or something that happened by chance. Instead, it was carefully and strongly built, like a well-planned building. It didn't happen because of luck, money, beauty, or what society thinks. It is pure, true, and made with purpose. He's proudly saying, "My love didn't just happen. It's deep and real, not controlled by outside things. It suffers not in smiling pomp nor falls." Now he is saying that his love is not affected by fake appearances or fancy situations. The phrase smiling pomp means things that look beautiful or impressive on the outside, like wealth, fame, or royal displays, but may be empty inside. He says his love doesn't suffer when it's not surrounded by luxury or show-off things, and it doesn't collapse or fade when those things disappear. So his love remains strong no matter what, whether life is full of riches or completely plain. Imagine a person who only loves someone when they are rich and famous. That's love based on smiling pomp. But Shakespeare says his love stays the same even without money, beauty, or status. It's not fooled or weakened by outside looks or circumstances, under the blow of thralled discontent. In this line, Shakespeare is saying that his love does not get destroyed or shaken by feelings of deep unhappiness or frustration. The phrase blow of thralled discontent means a strong hit from being trapped in sadness, stress, or disappointment. Thralled means being in slavery or under control, and discontent means unhappiness. So even when life is full of struggles or emotional pain, his love does not fall apart. It's strong enough to survive even during the worst emotional times. For example, if someone loses their job, faces problems, and feels very sad, sometimes this kind of stress can break a relationship. But Shakespeare says his love is too strong to be broken by even this kind of pain. It doesn't collapse under pressure. Whereto the inviting time our fashion calls. Shakespeare criticizes the modern world where love is often shaped by trends and external influences. He says that in today's world, people are often drawn toward whatever is currently popular or fashionable. The phrase inviting time refers to the present moment that tempts or encourages people to follow trends. And our fashion calls means that people's behavior is influenced by current styles or what society finds attractive. So he's saying that people are often pulled toward temporary things, like fame, beauty, or success, things that change with time. But Shakespeare is pointing out that his love is different. It doesn't follow these trends or change, just because the times change. Think of how people today might fall in love with someone just because they're popular on social media. That's fashion, influenced by inviting time. But Shakespeare is saying his love doesn't depend on what's trendy or temporary. It's deep and timeless. It fears not policy, that heretic. He is saying that his love is not afraid of fake or clever tricks that some people use to protect or control their relationships. The word policy here means smart plans, tricks, or political behavior. He calls it a heretic, meaning something that goes against what is true and pure. So he means that true love doesn't need lies, plans, or fake actions to survive. It's strong and honest, and it stays the same no matter what. His love is real, so it doesn't worry about clever people who try to use tricks in love. Imagine two people are in love. One of them tries to pretend to be nice, or make smart plans to impress others. just to keep the relationship going. That's like using policy or tricks. But Shakespeare is saying his love doesn't need any of that. It's pure, honest, and strong on its own. It doesn't care about showing off or using tricks to survive. It's like saying, my love is real. I don't need to act or pretend for it to last. Which works on leases of short-numbered hours. Shakespeare is saying that fake or shallow love only lasts for a short time, like something that is rented for just a few hours. The word leases means a temporary agreement, like renting a house. So he means that love based on tricks or show, like we saw in the last line, doesn't last long. It's like a short-term deal. But his true love is not like that. It's not temporary or fake. It lasts forever. Think of a couple who stay together only because one person is rich or popular. That love is like a rented house. It's not permanent. But true love is like owning a home. It's solid and long-lasting. Shakespeare says his love is real, not something that comes and goes quickly. But all alone stands hugely politics. It means that his love is completely independent and does not need help from outside sources like power, beauty, status, or public opinion to survive. The phrase all alone shows that his love stands by itself. It is strong, firm, and self-sufficient. The words hugely politic mean that his love is very wise, stable, and not easily fooled or shaken by temporary things like fame or fortune. Unlike false or shallow love that depends on wealth, popularity, or luck, his love doesn't need anything fake or flashy to keep going. It is deep, thoughtful, and carefully built, so it lasts even through difficult times. In short, his love is like a wise person who stands tall and strong alone, without needing tricks, help, or outside approval to survive. That it nor grows with heat nor drowns with showers. It is a very interesting line. He is saying that his love does not change with external conditions, like weather changes. Heat represents good times, and showers represent hard or sad times. So when he says, it nor grows with heat nor drowns with showers, he means that his love does not increase only during happy times, and it doesn't disappear or die during sad or difficult times either. It stays the same, steady and unchanging, whether life brings joy or suffering. This shows how deep and true his love is. It's not like plants that grow fast in the sun but die when the rain comes. His love is constant and unshaken by the ups and downs of life. To this I witness call the fools of time. In this line, Shakespeare is saying, I can prove my point by looking at the people who were fooled by time. The phrase witness call means he is using these people as proof or evidence. The fools of time are people who let time control them. People who chased after temporary things, like power, fame, beauty, or popularity. These people made choices based on what was popular or fashionable at the time, not on what was truly right or lasting. Shakespeare calls them fools because time changes everything. Fame fades, beauty disappears, and power can be lost. So these people ended up with nothing because they built their lives on things that don't last. Shakespeare is saying that his love is not like that. It doesn't depend on changing times. His love is steady and real. And the lives of these fools of time prove how important it is to have a love that doesn't change, which die for goodness who have lived for crime. The sonnet ends with a powerful moral judgment. He is talking about people he calls them fools of time, those who follow the changing fashions, politics, and opinions of the world instead of staying true to what is right or lasting. He says these people die for goodness, which means that when they are near death, they try to appear good or virtuous, maybe by doing something noble or by pretending to be better than they were. But earlier in their lives, they have lived for crime, meaning they spent most of their lives doing wrong things, being dishonest, selfish, corrupt, or chasing after power. So Shakespeare is pointing out that these people are hypocrites. They live badly but want to die with a good reputation. This is important because it shows that his own love is not like that. It doesn't change over time, and it isn't fake or for show. His love stays true from start to finish and doesn't depend on public approval. I hope you have enjoyed this lecture, but please don't forget to subscribe the channel. Thank you.